Join us as we explore the vibrant city of Kosice and take you through our daily itinerary for a 72-hour adventure. Follow us as we discover hidden treasures, immerse ourselves in the beauty of this amazing city, and watch this video to the end to experience the full magic of Kosice. How to get to Kosice. Here are 3 simple ways to get to Kosice. Fly. The nearest airport to Kosice is Kosice International Airport, which has regular flights from major European cities. The airport is located just 8 kilometers from the city center, making it a convenient option for those who want to get to Kosice quickly and easily. Some of the major airlines that operate flights to Kosice include Wizz Air, Austrian Airlines, and LOT Polish Airlines. Train. Kosice has a train station that connects to major cities in Slovakia and the Czech Republic. The station is located in the city center, making it easy to access by foot or public transport. Trains to Kosice run regularly from cities such as Bratislava, Prague, and Budapest. The train journey is a great way to see the beautiful countryside of Slovakia and is a comfortable and affordable way to get to Kosice. Car. Kosice is easily accessible by car, with good road connections from major cities in Slovakia and the Czech Republic. The journey by car from Bratislava takes around 4 hours, while the journey from Prague takes around 7 hours. The roads are well maintained, and there are plenty of service stations along the way, making it a convenient option for those who prefer to drive. How many days do you need in Kosice? During my trip to Kosice, I found that 3 nights was enough to see the main attractions in the city. I highly recommend staying for 3 nights. The perfect weekend trip to Kosice. A 72-hour itinerary for a weekend trip to Kosice, Slovakia, suggesting popular attractions and activities. My first day. In covering the hidden gems of Kosice, the easternmost Gothic cathedral in Europe. On my recent trip to Kosice, I embarked on a 3-day journey to fully immerse myself in the city and its surroundings. The first day of my journey was marked by a visit to the magnificent Cathedral of St. Elizabeth, one of the highlights of my trip. Contrary to popular belief, Kosice is not a big city but a small town in Slovakia, second in size only to the capital, Bratislava. The town center, consisting of Main Street and a few surrounding small streets, is dotted with monuments, including the cathedral, a theater, and other historic buildings. The Cathedral of St. Elizabeth is an outstanding example of high Gothic architecture, with stunning altars, including the central altar, which is particularly grand. It is the largest church in Slovakia and one of the easternmost Gothic cathedrals in Europe, built on the site of an earlier church dedicated to St. Elizabeth of Hungary. One of the unique features of the cathedral is the double helix stairs that lead up to the balcony, offering breathtaking views of the city. Visitors can also climb the tower into the crypt for an even more immersive experience. In addition, the cathedral is located in a serene and beautifully landscaped garden in the heart of the main road, creating a rare peaceful atmosphere in Gothic churches. I visited the Cathedral of St. Elizabeth at 10 a.m., the best time to visit as it was not too crowded and the lighting was perfect. The visit lasted around an hour, and it was an excellent start to my weekend in Kosice. Describing the town of Kosice to potential visitors is essential, as it would be a shame to travel to the city solely for the cathedral. The cathedral is situated in a square surrounded by the city's tram system, cycle routes, pavement, and restaurants, creating an amazing setting. The cathedral is photogenic from all angles and a beautiful sight. During my visit, flags were displayed everywhere in preparation for the Vatican's visit, which I believe took place the previous year. Outside the entrance, I noticed a cycle stand, a quirky bike covered in crocheted knitwear, a quirky bike covered in crocheted knitwear, and even wheels. An early bell from the church, recovered and reconstructed after damage, is displayed near the Whistling Fountain and the City Theater. The cathedral is adorned with stunning stained glass, statues, and paintings, and during my visit, there was a service for servicemen and women, creating a very stately atmosphere. Although I only had a few minutes to spend at the cathedral, it was a memorable experience, and I hope to return to spend more time admiring its beauty. Don't overspend on accommodation. Instead, check out our list of cheap and quality hotels in this beautiful city. Check out the full list in the description below. My second day. Escape to a winter wonderland. Experience the Tatras Mountains. As an avid hiker, I was thrilled to embark on a personal travel experience to explore the Tatras Mountains, located just outside Katowice, Poland. The Tatras Mountains are a range of mountain peaks stretching across Poland and Slovakia's border, and are part of the Carpathian Mountains. The highest peak in the Tatras is Kosice, which stands at an impressive 2,499 meters above sea level. My unforgettable weekend began at 7 a.m. on Sunday as I embarked on a road trip from Kosice to the stunning Tatras Mountains, which took me precisely 2 hours by rented car. The journey was smooth, and I enjoyed the breathtaking scenery. I spotted several picturesque villages, farmlands, and rolling hills along the route. As I drew closer to the mountains, I noticed the weather had changed, and the sky was partly cloudy. A few drops of rain splattered on my car window, making the journey more adventurous. The mountain range was visible from afar, and it looked majestic with its snow-capped peaks and lush green valleys. I arrived at the cable car station at 9 a.m. and bought my ticket to ride up to the peak. The cable car ride lasted about 30 minutes, and I was delighted to see the stunning views of the surrounding landscape. Upon reaching the top, I was struck by the majestic scenery that greeted me. The higher we went, the closer we got to the awe-inspiring snow-capped peaks. I was amazed by the picturesque panoramic views of the mountains, the valleys, and the surrounding forests. The fresh mountain air was invigorating, and I felt exhilarated by the entire experience. The trail leading to the top was marked with signs, and I found it fairly easy to navigate. As I began my hike, I could see the snow-covered landscape stretching before me. The snow had blanketed the trees, which was a magical sight to behold. The trail was a moderate hike, with some steep sections that required me to use my hands for balance. Along the way, I encountered several small streams and waterfalls that added to the charm of the hike. The trees were thickly forested, and I could hear the sound of birds chirping as I made my way up the mountain. As I continued along the trail, I could feel the temperature dropping, and the air became cooler and fresher. After a long and strenuous hike, I finally reached the summit, and the view was breathtaking. The snow-covered landscape stretched out before me in every direction, and I felt like I was standing on top of the world. It was an awe-inspiring sight to see the entire valley blanketed in a layer of pristine white snow. It felt like I had been transported to a winter wonderland and spent an hour exploring the completely white and snowy landscape. I felt like I was in a world completely different from the one I knew, pure, quiet, and peaceful. The weather was very cold, but it was also very pleasant. The biting wind was refreshing, and it felt invigorating to be surrounded by such fresh, crisp air. So I wrapped myself in a warm coat and hat and ventured into the snow, feeling like a kid again. As I walked around, I took in the beauty of my surroundings. The snow glittered in the sunlight, and I could see my breath in the cold air. The silence was deafening. broken only by the occasional sound of a bird or the rustling of leaves in the wind. I felt completely at peace at that moment, with nothing to distract me from the beauty of the world around me. I felt like I was in a different world, a world that was untouched by the hustle and bustle of daily life. I was lucky to witness the incredible panoramic sunset view, with the sky awash in pink and orange hues. After lunch, I began my descent back down the mountain. Although it was challenging, it was not as difficult as the ascent. The drop took me around 3 hours to reach the base, and I arrived around 4 p.m. My last day. Exploring the majestic Spiš Castle in eastern Slovakia. Spiš Castle. I recently had the opportunity to visit Spiš Castle, which is located in eastern Slovakia and is considered one of Central Europe's largest castle sites. The castle is situated in the Spiš area, above the towns of Spiš pod Hradec and Era, and it was included on the UNESCO list of World Heritage Sites in 1993. This impressive castle dates back to the 12th century and is known for its fortifications, which helped it withstand Mongol invasions in 1241. It has undergone various expansions over the centuries and remained a dominant presence in the region until it was destroyed by fire in 1780. Despite its ruins, Spiš Castle is still an impressive sight to visit. The castle grounds include gift stores, a cafe, and a wall that offers breathtaking views of Spiš pod Hradec below. In addition, there is a large courtyard inside the castle, although some parts were blocked off due to construction during my visit. Unfortunately, I found that the experience of visiting Spiš Castle was somewhat marred by the condition of the causeway leading up to the castle. The path was very slippery, and even as an experienced hiker, I felt like I could fall at any moment. This must have been especially intimidating for elderly visitors or those with young children. Additionally, while there are surely many interesting stories to tell about the castle's residents over the years, I felt there was a lack of information and context available to visitors. Overall, I found Spiš Castle to be a great place to visit, but I think there is room for improvement in the visitor experience. Get ready for a new adventure every week as I take you to one of the most beautiful cities in the world. My next destination is a must-see, and you don't want to miss it. Join me on this journey and discover the hidden gems and unique experiences. Don't miss out on my interesting videos. Hit the subscribe button now to be the first to join me on my next trip.